So we've got Prashant Tripathy, the MD and CEO of Max Life, joining us. Lots of things to discuss with him. We've seen August APE growth moderate. So, what's the outlook there? And also given, what we've seen in terms of the stock performance, a lot to discuss. So, Prashant, thanks so much for joining us. Now, despite a strong growth outlook, the private insurance players have seen some moderation in growth in August. What's led to this?
Once in a while, you will see growth going up or down, and I will be more driven by the year-to-date figure as against just the monthly figure. As you know, for the year-to-date, the private industry has grown close to about 20%. However, I saw that number to be 12% for the month of August. So we'll have to observe it for a period of time to see how it settles. The long-term forecast, as we have been always speaking, is in the range of 13 to 15%, and I'm reasonably sure that life insurance industry as well as private players will be in that range as a very strong double-digit growth. So really, we have witnessed some kind of transition away from unit-linked plans, considering the overall market is a bit slow, and that could be one of the potential reasons why we saw a bit of slowness in the month of August. However, we must keep in mind that the markets have been slow for a while, so it is also possible that it may be a phenomena that is either one-off or we need to see over a longer period of time.
Okay, investors and analysts are also quite optimistic on the outlook for the insurance sector. Being an insurance player, what's the growth that you're looking at, and particularly in the life insurance space?
So on an APE basis, over a medium to long-term period, and when I say medium to long, it means 3 to 5 years, we should see a growth of about 13 to 15% for the industry. Now, within that industry, of course, there are all kind of players, but typically you will see a little higher growth for people who have very strong distribution and large franchise, and a bit lower growth for smaller players. For ourselves, Max Life Insurance, we are quite optimistic, and we are actually targeting what we call as a 25-25-25 strategy, which means we are for next 3 years be targeting a growth rate of close to about 25%. So to keep the numbers in perspective, for the industry 13 to 15, for people having stronger distribution a bit higher, and for Max Life, we are targeting a growth of close to 25%.
Right. Bancassurance are the most effective and cost-friendly medium for distribution for insurance products. Given this backdrop, how is it that you see your distribution mix shaping up in the next 2 to 3 years?
So currently, we have close to about between 60 to 64% of our sales come from bancassurance, and we are very happy about it. Actually, we have some of the best banker relationships, and we've been proud and have successfully led that space in past decade. As things evolve, I think banks will continue to remain important, but equally Max Life is focusing very hard on growing its own channels, and for last 18 months actually our own channels have been either growing at the same rate or faster rate than our banca channel. So over next to 3 to 5 years period, we like to have our own channels contribute close to about 40%, and the third-party channels contribute about 60%. That will be the desire. As we speak, while on one side we are working really hard to strengthen some of these relationships, on the other side working very diligently to grow our own channels faster than the company average.
Okay, IFL Wealth, in the meantime, the pre-open indicative price is settled at 1210. The listing price, or rather the opening price, was around 564 thereabouts, and that's a significant climb up that IFL Wealth has seen on its listing day. 1210 is where the stock is right now. But getting back to you, what's been the update on your tie-up with Axis Bank? You just briefly highlighted upon that, and which are the other banks that you are looking to partner with?
So with Axis Bank, we have a very strong relationship, which is close to a decade old, and we have an ongoing relationship with Axis Bank, which continues. I think we are doing very well in that channel. So that's the update on Axis Bank. In addition to Axis Bank, we also have a very strong and really about 13, 14 years old relationship, and we kind of grew together with Yes Bank, so that's the other relationship. And we also have a relationship with Lakshmi Vilas Bank. So these are the large banker relationships. In addition, we also have some of the urban cooperative banks as our partners. So those are the ones which contribute the total banker pie.
Now, a strategy of 25, 25, 25, which is 25% growth, 25% margin. How things panning out on the vision which you shared with us?
Yes, that's something which is very easy to relate, and that's why we kind of rolled it out for the entire organization as well as outside world. Way back about 2 to 3 years ago, we had this plan to be a 20-20-20 company, which means all the three measures should be on 20 by FY20. And as you know, we actually are ahead, and we achieved that in FY18. And then we came up with this 25, 25, 25 by year FY22. Very happy to report that last year itself, FY19, we achieved 22, 22, 22, which means our growth was 22%, margin close to 22, ROEV of 22, which means from 2020-22 to 25-25-25 journey. If that was 100 units, we achieved 40% of that in year one itself. So we are making good progress. Of course, the market continues to be dynamic. There will be things that will change, but happy to report that we're making positive progress. And if things work out as per our plans of our growth, our product mix, our relationships, I'm very hopeful that we will be able to target a number of that kind.
Can you also explain the deal with which the Sumitomo Insurance, the rationale, and will we see any change in the shareholding because of this?
So that's really a decision of shareholders. Mitsui wanted to be at a listed entity level, and both the shareholders have spoken, and actually they're changing the structure. So that's really the sum and substance of why it is happening, and we are not anticipating any large-scale changes. They will continue to remain invested. They have long-term interest in life insurance business, Max Life Insurance. So they will continue. It's just that it is, they want to be at a holdco level, which is Max Financial.
Okay. Thanks for joining us.